Okay, so I'll start out with an introduction and status of what's going on at ISA100 WCI, and then we'll click through some of the interesting adaptations of ISA100 technology. One thing I would encourage you to do is to pay attention to the website. The Learning Center section of the website now is filling up with articles, presentations, and webinars that we previously recorded. So you see here on this slide the URL for the Learning Center, but it's on the ISA100 WCI website. So the organization structure for ISA100 WCI, we have our members and a governing board. It's currently chaired by Ray Rogowski from Honeywell and a vice chair, Penny Chen from Yokogawa. We have a user representative on the board. That's a rotating position, voting position, and it's currently being chaired by Richard Sanders from ExxonMobil, and so he would lead the End User Council. And then the two other board members are from GE and Asbill. I'm the managing director for ISA100 WCI, and I report to the board and manage the operations staff, day-to-day operations. We've got a marketing outreach team, and that is regionalized into three areas: Asia Pacific, Americas, and EMEA. A technical steering committee, which provides oversight on their technical projects, and then a membership and recruiting committee. So again, the End User Council, the leader is Richard Sanders, elected by end user members. It's a voting seat, and it provides a forum for vetting requirements for end user experience initiatives such as infrared provisioning, and also we seek end user input on the priority of WCI technical projects. One of the dynamics that has occurred is as the ISA100 wireless standard was completed and moved off to globalization, there's no forum for end users now to provide input on wraparound technologies and that sort of thing for the commercialization of the base standards. So the End User Council provides a forum for that. So here are a few member companies, their logos. So globalization, it's important. So the ISA 100.11a was approved as ANSI standard in 2011. In 2012, subsequently submitted to IEC to be approved as an IEC standard. So it's going through that process. There's a CDB vote due at the middle of September this year. So we're seeing strong interest from around the globe, including China. There's installations of ISA 100 technology all around the globe, with over 134,000 devices connected in 2012 alone. And we're expecting consistent growth over the next 5 years. So the technology boasts over 1 billion hours of operation around the world. And here's a map showing some of the installations of ISA 100 technology around the globe. There are different industries represented. You can see the color codes at the bottom representing chemicals, life science, mining, oil and gas, refining, pulp and paper. So, as I mentioned before, 2012, it was estimated via a report from IMS that about 134,000 devices were connected, ISA100 wireless, and the expectation is, that volume will increase with new connections year by year, 143,000, 156, etc. So some of the collaborations that have occurred in the last couple of years, FDT, we collaborated on a FDT DTM Annex for ISA100 wireless. Fieldbus Foundation has just issued a preliminary specification for transducer blocks for ISA100 wireless devices. ISA100 wireless was also included in the successful remote operations management trials at Petrobras this past May. So one of the initiatives for this year was to expand our technical ecosystem. So as new suppliers come on board, they have resources that they can tap to convert their devices. So in the EMEA region, there's a company called CDS. They're based in Romania. They're ISA100 wireless product integrator and NIVIS channel sales partner. So they can sell their software development kit and some of the other hardware components that are offered by NIVIS. R3 Sensors is based here in the U.S. They're in Orem, Utah, also a product integrator. And they have a few of their own products that they're developing. And a company called Centero, U.S.-based, ISA100 product integrator, also an IVIS channel sales partner for North America and Asia Pacific. There's a number of other companies that are ISA100 Wireless Compliance Institute members with products in the development pipeline. So, for instance, Rohrbach Kosasco, they're doing corrosion sensors. TLV in Japan, they work with steam traps and valve technology. There's the usual temperature and pressure sensors. So there's a few companies doing that. LTOV has a manual valve position sensor. FlowServe also position sensor and a control valve. Osbill's working on control valves. And there's a few others. New Cosmos gas detection systems. So I'll start with what I think is probably one of the more interesting adaptations of ISA100 wireless. This is there was a webinar done on this that is on our website, and this was an infrared gas detector from a startup company, and it was done in partnership with ABB and did field trials with Statoil, and it is set up as a SIL2 certified device. So what was interesting is Gas Secure used the base ISA100 wireless mesh networking technology, but added the ProfiSafe layer to the technology to be able to meet the SIL2 certification requirements. So the product was field tested on an oil rig in the North Sea with Statoil. They had 20 detectors. It was a successful field trial. Response times were better than expected. The data reliability was better than expected. The installation was easier, more straightforward than expected. Well, this technology Again, they use ISA100 and the mesh networking with the Profi-Safe layer, and then that went through a gateway and up to a wired backbone. One of the things to remember with Profinet, the ISA100 technology can support any protocol with tunneling. Profibus tends to be a higher speed protocol, so you'd have to pick and choose an application where the application can stand 1 second or greater response times. So this was one of them. So there were some key characteristics in ISA100 wireless that made this work. And so the ISA100 wireless has a quality of service capability. It gives guaranteed time of packet delivery. It has a publish capability, client server, and in particular is bidirectional. The object-oriented underpinnings of ISA100 wireless support the tunneling of other protocols like Profi-Safe, and also facilitate the design of user-defined operations. One of the other keys is that ISA100 wireless supports fragmented packets, and the management capabilities built into ISA100 wireless provides the flexibility for changing the approach used for hopping. So it supports slow hopping. It also supports variable length time slots. And the other piece that was important is that ISA100 wireless supports star networks. So that means all the devices, if you want, you can configure them to concentrate into one gateway or one backbone router. So that means that you can disable the full meshing capability if you want faster response times and connect fairly directly to a host system. So again, the nodes don't have to be routers. You don't have battery life issues as a result with pinging your neighbor. And a star network is designed to have faster response times. So this one is very different, Ultra 3 ETI. So what they built was seemingly generic ISA100 wireless gateways and sensor nodes, but they enhanced them for the United States Department of Defense encryption requirements, FIPS 140-2. So in a lot of the federal government procurement requirements, data encryption is required at a higher level than what may be industry standard, and there is the federal standard FIPS 140-2, and so they used a standard ISA100 radio module from NIVIS. It was a device that was certified by the ISA Wireless Compliance Institute, and they took it through the processes of gaining the accreditation for FIPS 140-2. So now they're on the market, and it's a gateway, sensor nodes. The gateway also includes connections to Hart. It has the ISA100 wireless going back to it, and it also has the capability to do 802.11 and also RJ45 Ethernet back to host systems or backbone. So another is General Electric's condition monitoring. And so this is the essential Insight.mesh, And the blue item that we're looking at on the screen is a power module that includes 4 drops. So you could add an energy harvester to it to gain energy. You can add up to 3 sensor nodes to it, so they could be vibration, temperature monitoring. And so it's very nicely packaged, compact. So here's another configuration where it's showing that this monitoring device can pick up, for instance, vibration information and send it directly to the DCS and static information for managing the process. But also you can send waveform data that's fairly large data sets to a System 1 analysis application to do problem solving. And these data sets tend to be large. So here's another example where proprietary protocol using large data sets and managing the time slices in ISA100's flexible networking management scheme provide the ability to push large data forms back to an analysis application through the mesh network. And just here is just a quick slide on some of the mounting options, just regular nuts. And but one of the interesting ones is magnetic mount, kind of a super magnet, and that provides a lot of flexibility for where you place the item, the sensor. And so that kind of leads into some interesting packaging that GE did. So they took this technology and put it into this portable data collection kit. They called it the Prowler. So essentially you have a gateway and you have these sensor devices. So what it does is it's everything that you need: computer, 4 wireless monitoring points, a laptop with the analysis software on it. So you can just roll this thing around your plant and attach these devices magnetically if you need to rotating equipment, and turn them on and start picking up data to do some quick analysis or just leave them out there. But it's an interesting repackaging of the technology. This one's been out for a while. It's the Honeywell Hart adapter. So it will allow you to take a wired Hart device, you place the adapter on it, and so it'll wirelessly connect that to .11, an ISA100 wireless network. And so it's ISA100 wireless compliant. It's been certified. It allows you to unlock stranded diagnostics and transmit diagnostics and process variable data. It has a 1,000-foot range. Can be powered from a 40-20 milliamp loop and a D-cell battery, and it has some diagnostics on it indicated by LEDs. But this allows you to do to take the Hart protocol and tunnel it straight through to a Hart host system, if that's what you want to do, or it has a protocol converter that'll turn the information into ISA100 format and send it to a host system that consumes ISA100 protocols. Also, one of the key messages on this is that with the Hart adapter, it's another example of a proprietary protocol going through the ISA100 wireless network. Similarly, following the same, the Honeywell NRAF wireless flex line. It's a level meter, radar level gauge, and so it's also uses large data sets, fast Fourier transformations, and they're pushed through the ISA100 wireless network using the tunneling and the object technology. So this gives you additional diagnostics to detect hardware failures, isolate failures on board without interruption. It's validated for SIL 2 and SIL 3 to prevent overfills, certified for use in custody transfers. And what's nice is the customer application remains the same. The data sent through the ISA100 wireless network via tunneling, and it goes into the same exact software, so the application software. So, you know, the message being that suppliers who are looking to go wireless, they have a way of adopting their product to a mesh wireless network that's an international standard and with minimal rework on their applications. So, key drivers on the popularity or convenience of ISA100. ISA100 has contracts, like in the case of Gas Secure. It supports different timing schemes, slow hopping, variable length slots. So the technology, you know, enables new applications. Applications with large data sets versus you know, small control data, control information. The object design allows tunneling of other protocols, so suppliers looking to convert their products have minimal investments in doing the conversions. They may want to just leave them that way. But also for end users who are installing this technology at their operational sites, their legacy applications can be managed through the ISA100 network, and they won't have to change the protocols. The object technology also facilitates design of user-defined operations. So, for instance, if you're doing control in the field, and we've done other webinars on control in the field, and I just didn't cover that here, but you can have smart objects in the devices. It's got a superior meshing scheme. You can do star, you can do whitelisting, blacklisting, do full mesh. The technology is based on IPv6 low pan from the ground up, so it supports the Internet of Everything. It also has dual cast capabilities. So that means that you can send signals through two different paths to provide data redundancy, not alternate paths, but two at the same time. And that contributes to higher reliability in response time cycles and supports the concept of doing control in the field. It has two-level encryption, tunneling, and the way it's designed, you can have many applications running in one infrastructure. You could segment by access points and have the timings in one area be a little bit different than timings in another area based on what application they're supporting. So there are a lot of characteristics. These are just a few that make it a compelling technology. So again, this is just the standard multi-protocol support diagram. And so that's it for today. So I'm finished with my piece, and if you have some questions, I'd be happy to field them to the best of my ability. Yeah, so the question is, does the current WCI profile include testing for non-routing nodes? The answer is yes. Yeah, so as part of the device submittal, you declare if it's a routing device or a non-routing device. So we can check for that in our testing. Are more applications using ISA for tunneling or as a native protocol? I would say there are more applications operating as a native protocol. I don't have any real data on that, but my expectation, it's kind of interesting. My expectation was that early on, most of the applications will be driven with the ISA100 wireless native protocol, but a bunch of them started popping up using tunneling, and so I just don't have sales numbers on what the coverage is, but the standard pressure, temperature, those types of things, that's your bread and butter. That's always, I think that'll be the lion's share. Okay, there was a question. One of the first slides indicated usage of the standard with ABB 800XA system that utilized ProfiSafe. Could the protocol be used with Profibus DP in a process control application? I'm not an expert on that. I'll get that question answered and circle it back as part of the slide deck here. But I'm sorry, I can't answer that. I'm not an expert on that. Is this presentation and/or webinar available for viewing? If so, where can this be located? So the answer is yes. All of our slide decks for our presentations we put up on our website in the Learning Center, so it'll either show up under presentation, which we typically do, and then we also record this, and so it'll also show up under the area of recorded webinars. So any of the verbal presentation that I did will show up there. So it's in both spots. And that'll be up by tomorrow sometime. I don't see it. Can you read that to me?
The question is, who are the vendors selling SDK for ISA100?
Oh, okay. So there's only one supplier who's selling the ISA100 software development kit, and that's Nivus. So they are the software publisher, and Nivus is moving to a channel distribution model. So those companies that I listed on the earlier slide are the ones that in the end you'll be dealing with and getting your service and support from. But you can still talk to Nivus, and they'll direct you to the right resources. The Nivus is www.nivus.com. The other suppliers, I don't think our webmasters posted them up yet, but we'll have them posted up by this week, by the end of this week. So we will send out a thank you note to all the participants, and we'll have the links to locate the webinar when it's posted. Okay, that's a good question. Does FIPS 140-2 allow networking with standard ISA 100 devices? So, I think it does, but I will need to follow up and confirm that all the devices do not have to be FIPS 140-2. I believe the data encryption, the 140-2 data encryption, is at the application level and not at the networking layers. So I believe that would be the case, that it would allow that. But I'll circle back and confirm that as well. So, guaranteed question about guaranteed time of packet delivery, the caveat of no packet loss. Can you expand on that? If no packet loss statement and its implication. So, I'll be going out on a limb answering that one. I'm not quite the expert on that, but the issue is I'll back off on that. I will send a written follow-up for that. So there's another question about, is there a forum or conference or trade show where all the current wireless technologies are represented? So we do the Hanover Mess show every year. That's in April. And we typically see all the usual suspects, Profibus, FDT, Profibus, well, the wireless technologies, yeah, wireless Hart, they're all there. There's actually a wireless, there's a wireless area. And so we typically try to have as many of our suppliers include their products in our demos. We do a live demo there where everything is in a mixed supplier environment. And the other one is the Jemima show in Japan. You know, if you're looking to see all as many ISA 100 wireless devices as possible in a single network, the Jemima show in Japan as well. Okay. Did you see some questions that I might have missed?
No.
I think I see them all. So there was some follow-up that I needed to do. Yeah, so next question is Profibus Instruments. Jonathan Ramirez wants to know if they can be part of an ISA 100 network. Yeah, Profibus devices can participate in ISA 100. The caveat is that you know, Profibus tends to be higher speed applications with latencies that are less than 1 second. ISA 100 wireless only it works down to 1 second of response time, and so if you have a Profibus application that's higher, requires a higher speed than that, it's not appropriate. So here in the U.S., we used to do there was a question about a place where you could see these devices working for real in the U.S. We used to do it at the ISA Automation Week that's scaled back now to, you know, it's not like a trade event, it's like tabletops now, so, we typically don't have, live working devices, at that. There'll be other events, that we're looking at, like Offshore Technology Conference, maybe the Motion and Sensor Show in Chicago, and so we would typically, have live working devices there as well. So if you look at our U.S. event roster, you know, the description should tell you what kind of a show it is and what our plans are. So they would be the ones here. Okay. I don't see any additional questions. I'll give it another minute, and if there aren't any more questions, then I'll sign off, and we'll be done to get a little bit of time back today. Okay, very good then. I see no more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and call this webinar to a close. And I appreciate everybody's attention and time. And as you can see, we have more webinars coming up. Like I said, also these will be posted, and we'll send an email with the links. So, okay. Have a good day.